Welcome, everybody. I'm here with the CEO of PRXTF, Ben Nikolevsky, and we're here with some big breaking news. Ben has some big news to break with us today, which I'm really excited about. But before we get into that, I just want to go through a couple other things first. So first and foremost, Ben, great to have you back on the show.
Thanks for having me back. I really like being on the show, so excited about that.
And I love having you on the show. So thank you for being here again. And can you tell us what's been happening with PRXTF since you're on the show last, or since we've been talking and breaking the news last?
Sure. So super exciting stuff going on at Pure. The most recent, we'll get into the press release in a second, but before that, we signed a deal with Ava Labs to further our sales capabilities into the provinces. So we should be on shelf in this quarter in most of the provinces across the country as we continue to ship. So we're just working through that. We bought some biomass, pretty large amount, 500 kilos of biomass to start producing our gummies and vapes for the provinces. So the facility is humming away, producing our Pure Chew gummies with the deal we did with Fireball and our vape cartridges. So we're definitely psyched about that, and our functional mushrooms are coming along really, really well. As we said, we placed our POs. The product is ready. It will be up on Amazon at the end of the month. So we'll be selling on product on Amazon, which is great. Yeah, which is great. Great piece of work. The Amazon folks are fantastic to work with. So we'll have our 2 SKUs will be up initially, and then a couple more will follow about a month or 2 later. But Pure Mushrooms is 100% a go, and we'll be generating revenue for that product line in the US and Canada by the end of the month. So pretty excited about that. Our functional mushroom side is also hitting on all cylinders. We signed a deal with Science to bring in some product from their South African location and do some R&D with them. They have a deal with the University of Queens Medical School, and we're doing some research on our nasal gel with Dr. McGregor from Transpharma. So that side of the business is also humming along. So we've been busy little beavers for the past little while we've been away from your show.
You have been. You guys have been announcing news every single week, sometimes 2 pieces of news a week for the last couple of months since you guys pretty much IPO'd. And can you go over some of the most impactful ones that have helped companies, the company's overall growth?
Sure. The deal we did with Fireball for our gummy business is, a game changer for us. It has proprietary packaging, so more like a blister pack type methodology. So it gets rid of the shelf stability issues that the provinces had last summer with it being the gummy sticking together because of the temperature and the humidity. The packaging from Fireball for Pure Chews gets rid of that. And think about when you buy gum, it's in that kind of blister pack kind of idea. So it regulates them sticking together because they're not all clumped in a package. And that's a huge one for us that we're excited about. The provinces love the product. The consumer trials that we've had from an R&D perspective, it's shoulders above our competition. So we're super excited for that. That's a huge game changer for us. And then our vape cartridges, we do a full spectrum oil-based product for our vape cartridges, which most LPs don't. There's only 1 or 2 others, and they're pretty specialized. Bringing that to market through the provincial sales avenue is a game changer for the provinces. They were looking for that product. In California, the product set kind of moved from distillate product, which is a cheaper, not as good product. You don't get a full spectrum of product for the cannabinoids. The consumer now is realizing it's not the best, right? That we want a full spectrum product, hard to make for sure. That's what we specialize in. So that's a game changer for Pure. The provinces want that product. They're very, very focused on bringing in FSO type products to the market. And that's what we do for a living. So that's been a game changer for us also.
Now, the big news that I wanted to go over today, the big news, the announcement of getting into the American market. Congratulations with the Michigan joint venture. Pretty amazing news. Can you tell us what this is going to do for PRXTF's growth potential?
Yeah, we're super excited about that. We've been working on this deal for over a year. It gives us access to the U.S. market and, more importantly, the Michigan market. So the Michigan market, for your viewers, is growing in leaps and bounds. It grew like 800% last year.
Wow.
It's just crazy. You know, it's being compared to California. Per capita use in Michigan is the highest in the country. So it's cold. It's cold and you know it's cold there, so you got to find something to do, I guess. But their per capita use is very high. We partnered with a multi-state operator that once we finish our definitive, we'll be able to release. They're in multiple states, and they're really good growers for us. And if we look at, you know, Gage went public. Bruce Linton's company went public a couple of days ago. You know, great valuation. They're on the more on the retail side of the business, and you know, Bruce and the team there are super high on Michigan also. So from a growth engine perspective, we view Michigan as our beachhead into the U.S. And then as Biden, you know, reduces the barriers per state, it gives us access to New York, Massachusetts, Illinois very easily from Michigan to be able to ship once those borders come down. So we will be, you know, the premier extractor in the state. We are, you know, just by entry. There's not really a white label manufacturer that solely produces oil-based product as their business line. So we're the first really to enter that in a big way. So, you know, we have a green field to help all the multi-state operators from a white label perspective, you know, that are entering the state, may not have their own extraction capabilities or expertise. You know, we're doing live resin there, which is very popular in the States. Our vape cartridges, our chewies, some tinctures, and our partner, we have a built-in revenue source on day one with the multi-state operator. Obviously, we're going to produce their product in-house for them, and the pure, you know, the pure products. So their sales force will sell both right off the bat. So, you know, we don't have the timelines to go looking for dispensaries. They sell to over 100 distribution points. There's 400 distribution points today, so they're just scratching the surface from a penetration perspective. So we think that, you know, Michigan's going to be a great beachhead for us to enter the U.S. And then as Biden, you know, brings down the border restrictions, you know, we'll continue to ship, you know, to the eastern seaboard, and we'll look for additional expansion opportunities either through branding deals into the southern states like Florida and California and whatnot, you know, over the next year or so.
So the psychedelics part of Pure Extracts, the mushroom side of Pure Extracts business, can you tell us how far you believe the company is from being able to generate revenue from that market, as it's still in the very early stages? It's something I've been talking to a lot of people about. Psychedelics is a brand new sector, early stage, pre-revenue. How far do you think you guys are from generating revenue from your psychedelics business?
Yeah, I look at psychedelics a couple different ways. So, you know, the way I look at the mushroom business as a whole, and I love functional and psilocybin in the same kind of basket. We opened the functional business to learn about the plant and bring revenue in from that side of the business from a mushroom perspective. Functionals are, you know, sellable on platforms like Amazon that we've listed on. The psilocybin, it will be a work in progress for us. It's an R&D. You know, we're a natural company to do research and development and extraction in psilocybin. It's 2 years away from being approved for use on a mass scale from a medical perspective. But we want to be on the forefront of developing new products and new abilities to administer it to patients as they roll out. You know, my biggest bone, for lack of a better word, of psilocybin is, you know, it does fantastic things for people, you know, for people that have PTSD and anxiety. It does a really good job on resetting the neural pathways for the product set. But the administration time to get there is quite lengthy. Like one session could be over 8 hours. And that's just not realistic for the average person to have that kind of time with a doctor. So, you know, we're working on shortening that timeline down to 2 or 3 hours where it's manageable. You could go on an extended lunch from the office and go have a treatment, right? So that's really what we're looking at. And as we get our formulation set on our nasal gel and whatnot. We believe that revenue will come on for some more R&D from some of our partners over the next year or so. And then eventually when the FDA and Health Canada approve it for more mass use, we'll be a natural selection for our product sets.
I have a question from one of the members from Sherry. Good morning. What is the nasal gel? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, we did we're doing an R&D research project, clinical research project on the use of a nasal gel delivery system with psilocybin to administer the product versus taking a caplet or an injection.
Okay, great. When will we see Pure Vapes and Pure Chews on the shelves on the provincial stores?
Yeah, that's a great question. And you know what? We're producing them like like a one-armed pirate right now. So to get them ready for that. So we believe, we'll have the products on shelves end of May is realistic when that you'll start seeing them pop up across the province. The provincial rollouts, Alberta will be more than likely first, followed by BC and then Ontario. That's really the timeline.
So Pure Extracts has been a very interesting story. We've covered it since day one. Really like your company, love everything you guys have been doing. You guys are just putting out news consistently. And to remind everyone of what the stock has done, it kind of came out around 40, 45 cents, went as high as $1. Now it's right back around 50 cents. So a lot of investors that got in early would have been able to double their money and essentially get in again for another run up. How can Pure Extracts create more interest in institutional investors? How do we get the institutional investors taking a position in this company and really loving this story? Is that something you're working on?
Absolutely, and we meet with the institutional guys on a weekly basis around the country, and their investment thesis really revolves around both the mushroom business and the U.S. market. So us entering the U.S. market from an MSO perspective is a huge box ticker for institutional investors that want to have a bigger market than Canada just to deal with. So for us, being able to have penetration into the U.S. gives the institutional side an investment thesis that they believe makes more sense for them. So we're super excited for that, and we kind of now align with more of the institutional side.
And it makes sense. I mean, Canada is a country with 30 million plus, United States 300 million plus. We're talking 10x the market. It makes a lot of sense for institutional investors to want to invest in companies that are going to penetrate a larger market. And for investors that are learning about Pure Extracts right now, really, this is a story that's just at the bottom. It's the early stages of this story that is relatively tight flow and a growing revenue story. So really excited to see you guys mature and grow and evolve. And this news going into the United States, I think, is a game changer, like you've mentioned. Is there anything else you think shareholders should know today about Pure Extracts?
We're focused on revenue and profitability and sustainable business model. We had fundamentals research report come out. They were looking at a 90-cent target for us even before they knew about Michigan. So
wow.
They recognized that we were listed, and some of the early investors took some money off the table. They've now reloaded, for lack of a better word. When we started issuing our revenue numbers from the provinces and the manufacturing starts in about 90 to 120 days in Michigan from the definitive being signed, we'll look very different from the share price. That's for sure.
That's exciting. One of our members in our trading club, Nathan Evans, is holding 15,000 shares. So we've got lots of members that are, stacking up on these lower levels, and very excited to see you guys move up. So be patient, Nathan. I'm sure you're going to get a good chance to get a good return on your investment. And I'm sure shareholders will continue to have a lot of questions as Pure Extracts keeps growing and putting out news. What is the best way for them to get in touch with the company?
Sure. On our website, we have a question box under investor relationships, info@PureXtractsCorp.com, and they can, by all means, submit any questions they have, and myself or the investor relations team will turn that around quite quickly to them.
Guys, now Every time we do a video, every time we do an interview, I want to remind you that Rich TV Live is strictly for information and education purposes. Please do your due diligence. Go consult a financial advisor before you invest in anything that we talk about. A lot of companies that we talk about are early stage. We call them rockets. They're early. They have a lot of upside potential, but because they're early companies, as we've seen with Pure Extracts, there's volatility because the company's still growing. And as the company's growing, there's going to be ups and downs in the stock. So what you need to do is do your due diligence, read the news, get to know the companies inside and out. And that's one of the reasons why we like to do these interviews, so that we can speak to the CEO and hear directly from the CEO what is going on. So if you guys have any questions, please let me know and I will address it to Ben. If you guys like these videos, please smash the like button, comment down below, share the video everywhere, and subscribe. We are telecasting this all over. So this is going to be everywhere today. So this is really big news for Pure Extracts. PULL is the symbol in Canada, PRXTF in America. And if you guys are not winning, you're probably not watching. We bring in the winners and we bring them to you first. We brought you Pure Extracts first. It went from, let's say, about 45 cents to 90 plus. That was 100% return. We're right back at 50 cents. So if it goes back to $1, which I believe it will, that's another 100% return. And if you listen to what Ben said, he said that some early stage investors sold, took profits, and then reloaded at the lower levels. That's the rich system, guys. That's how we trade. So love it. Ben, thank you for joining us today. Anything else you want to say before we say goodbye?
No, listen, thank you very much for your crew for investing in us and having faith that, the management team can execute, and, we're trying every day. So thank you for having me.
You're doing a great job. Thank you for joining us again. Keep up the great work. Congratulations on Michigan. And we'll be watching. If there's any other news, anything breaking that you want to break on our show, love to invite you back at your convenience. Other than that, have yourself a great day, Ben.
Thanks very much for having me. And for sure, we've got lots more news coming. We'll be back.
And thank you guys for watching. Like I said, if you're not winning, you're not watching. It's your boy Rich from Rich TV Live with Ben Nikolevsky from Pure Extracts. Huge news, breaking news, and we brought it to you first. Have a nice day, everybody. Thanks, Ben.
Thanks very much.